Can I pet that dog? 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 Yes. But only if you wash your hands before and after, stay 6 feet away from its owner, and as long as you're not meeting it in an area where there is a gathering of more than, like, 3 people. Welcome back to Young, Dumb, and Sober amidst the coronavirus. I'm Allie, your hopefully not virally infected host, and you're watching another episode of Dumb, Quick, Sober Tips. Being home for so long, I have kind of lost any motivation to put makeup on or make myself look presentable, so this is what you get. In this video, I'll talk about the new hot spot where all the cool, sober folks are hanging out, the internet. I'm sure everyone saw that one coming. But more specifically, Zoom meetings. Before we get into it, guys, please help me spread the message that sobriety can be and is fun by subscribing to Young, Dumb, and Sober and hitting the bell so that you get notifications every time I upload new content. Thank you. Later on in this video, I will drop some information about the organizations that I know of that are currently hosting Zoom meetings and include the meetings that I've been attending and that I can hopefully see you guys at in the next however long this continues to go on. What the fuck is Zoom? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom Communications is a California-based company that offers cloud-based remote video and audio conferencing, which can connect several people together at a time. Think FaceTime, but with more organizing capability and a feature to make you look like less of a couch gremlin. Although, full disclosure, I still be looking very much like a gremlin of the couch in all of my online meetings. What are you gonna do? Any particular Zoom meeting can hold up to 100 people, and this is a great thing, guys. Pretty much any organization that exists on the basis of in-person meetings, such as but not limited to 12-step programs such as AA and NA, have moved to Zoom in order for its members to still be able to connect with one another despite the social distancing rules and limitations that we're all kind of navigating right now. But are the meetings any good? That's a very good question. Surprisingly, yeah. They're actually pretty awesome, at least the ones that I've been to. And a lot of other people that I've spoken to have seemed to have a really good experience with the Zoom meetings that they've attended to. And this is across all different types of recovery programs. It's not limited to just one. Generally speaking, people seem to be adapting to this format in a really positive way. I think part of the reason that the online version of meetings is still super effective is because the magic of meetings was never really tied to the physical connection in the first place. It was always about the emotional connection and the spiritual connection. The physical was just kind of like a bonus. The basis of most recovery meetings has always been the interconnectedness its members feel to each other and with something they can't actually see, feel, or touch, namely a higher power or the group consciousness or just like unity in general. So the lack of physical presence to me does not necessarily take away from the good that recovery meetings can do. Which one should I check out? Guys, there are so many options. Like the majority of the time I spent preparing for this video was actually compiling this really big list of options, which is such a good thing. But ultimately, it really depends on you. My first suggestion would be to go to the website of whatever in-person meetings that you normally attend to and see if they've gone digital, because the chances are that any group that normally meets in person and has the accessibility to the internet has created a digital format for its members. And if they haven't, if your particular group or organization hasn't gone digital, that's okay. You still have a ton of different options, which I will list in the description below and which I'm going to go over a little bit now. Okay, here we go. AA, the recovery pop princess we all know and love. Tons of AA meetings online, y'all. They've always had tons of online meetings. People are just realizing that they exist and, you know, seeing their value now. And there is a huge directory for meetings of all shapes and sizes. Just check off the audio and visual option, and that will give you the list of all of the ones that involve some kind of video conferencing. NA. So NA does not have as many as AA, which is also kind of the case in real life, so it makes sense. But they are still out there and definitely have a decent selection, so go to the NA website to see those. Big Vision. Big Vision is a New York City-based organization focused on hosting support groups for sober young adults, people between the ages of 18 and 35, who are in recovery. They usually have in-person meetings with a bunch of cool activities like knitting and ice skating and like self-care days and things like that. But since all of this happened, they've switched to a digital meeting space where they've been holding regular meditations, yoga classes, and just like general hangouts, as well as their regular recovery meetings, which they call Visionaries. We Connect. We Connect is an organization whose mission is addiction recovery for the modern world. They're a social purpose corporation with a focus on ending substance abuse disorder all over. Right now, they're offering 5 free Zoom meetings a day, which is pretty incredible. And when I was looking at it, I couldn't find like the dates and the times of the meeting. So I just clicked on like whatever main link it was, and it actually opened up into a meeting that was already in progress. And boom, there was my potato face right staring back at me. It was like, luckily, Zoom gives you the option of entering the meeting with or without video or audio, so nobody else saw my potato face, but it was still a little bit jarring, I must say. Anyway, their meeting times are 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m., and that is every day. intherooms.com. Okay, so technically In the Rooms doesn't use Zoom to host their digital meetings. They use whatever video conferencing software that's like built into their website, but it's still a great resource for online meetings. They have a ton on there. They had options for pretty much any 12-step group you can think of, as well as like some outliers that you wouldn't necessarily consider like traditional, including Smart Recovery, Women in Recovery, Chemsex, LifeRing, and ACOA. MARA International. MARA, or MARA, stands for Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous, and is great for people who are assisted by medication in their recovery, with the help of a doctor, of course. It's especially great for people who are using like methadone or Suboxone or Vivitrol or any other kind of medication that can sometimes cause unnecessary judgment and debate in other more traditional 12-step groups. Recovery Dharma Online. Buddhist-based recovery shit is my jam, people. There's just something very complimentary about addiction recovery and the Eightfold Path and the Four Noble Truths. And speaking of Buddhist or Eastern inspired recovery addiction programs, these are the ones that I have been really getting a lot out of and have been attending regularly. Y12SR, which stands for Yoga 12-Step Recovery. It was created by Nikki Myers, who actually hosted last night's meeting, which was awesome, who is a recovering addict and yogi, who has coined the phrase, "the issues live in our tissues." Meetings include a sharing portion for the first half hour or so, and then 45 minutes of guided yoga. Kill 2 birds, y'all. The Noble Steps, Buddhist-based recovery program, who usually only hold in-person meetings. They do a lot of book readings of literature that is 12-step and Buddhist-based, which there are actually a ton of books out there like that I could probably do a whole other episode on, to be honest. Put that on the to-do list. Their meetings are only held in New Jersey and Colorado, so they're actually tough to find. So the fact that they're online now, this is a great time to take advantage of their accessibility. Silver lining, people. Recovery 2.0. This is the current bread and butter of my recovery path. Recovery 2.0 was founded by Tommy Rosen, and it focused particularly on the mind, body, spirit orientation to life, which includes some form of recovery path combined with yoga, meditation, exercise, healthy diet, and community. Tommy's story is really interesting in that he began his program of recovery in AA, which to him was his recovery 1.0, and then the spiritual yoga kind of nutrition-based program that he created in Recovery 2.0 was his supplement to that. So it still has a lot of the same practical applications of 12 steps, but has an added spiritual function to it, which I really, really appreciate. Okay, guys, that's been today's dumb quick tip. I hope you found some value in it. If you're a meeting person and are feeling out of sorts without your recovery in-person fix, I get it. Try out one or several of the resources listed here. I'm sure you have time on your hands. You're bound to find something that piques your interest. If you want to help me spread the message that recovery can be and is fun, please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell to get notifications every time I upload new content. Kindly like this video and comment below your thoughts about the online recovery meeting space thing that's happening right now. Have you gone to one? What did you think about it? Are you hesitant to go? Do you have a favorite? Let me know if I left any out that I should add to the description. All right, thanks guys. You can find all of the lists of resources and online recovery meetings right in the description for this video. I will see you next time. It's been real, it's been fun, and it's been real fun. All right, bye-bye.